Hello, 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 everyone. How's everyone doing in ELSA communities today? I hope everyone is having a great day learning, practicing in ELSA, and contributing to the community groups that we are building these days. So, thank you so much for contributing and for bringing more attention to what we're doing in the communities, involving others and maybe some of your friends. So, as promised, today I want to do a little side-by-side video where we actually get to listen to some of you reading or talking about a specific topic. So, the question that was asked about this video or this project was for you to talk about your best childhood memory. Right? What is your best childhood memory? And we decided to select three users that have sent us some recordings. And I'd like for us to listen to those recordings, and I'll give them some feedback on their pronunciation after each of those. For those of you whose recording I haven't selected yet, well, it's also an opportunity for you to learn from listening to other speakers as well. So let's have a go. We have three people. We have Gilberto, Gazi, and Suhani. Let's start with Gilberto, all right? So let's listen to what Gilberto has to say about his childhood memory.
Well, I remember when I was a child, I used to play with called here in Brazil carrinho de rolemã.
Huh?
It's a kind of skateboard where you sit. One day, I crashed with a pole. It was funny. It looked like a cartoon.
Amazing. So Gilberto telling us about a crash that he had on a skateboard that you sit on. Has anyone else heard about these skateboards that you sit on? That's something I don't know. It must be some type of special Brazilian skateboard. Never heard of that, so that's really interesting. We're learning something. Gilberto, really good pronunciation. I like the fact that you're really accurate when you speak, and the clarity of consonant sounds is there throughout. One thing that I noticed sometimes in consonant clusters, for example, the word remember, I was missing the B sound there. I was hearing remember. All right. So let's make sure that in consonant clusters, and that applies to everyone in these community groups. Consonant clusters are always tricky because you don't have any vowels in between these consonant sounds, all right? So remember, we have an M and a B without any vowels in between. Let's make sure that all these consonant sounds in clusters are really, really clear. I already mentioned that you were super accurate, so well done for that. And then you said it was like cartoon. Now, I was missing something between those two words. I was missing an article. It was like a cartoon. Over here, it's an indefinite article. And I'd like for you to introduce that to your speech. Missing articles is super common for a lot of non-native English speakers. So review the rules of articles, a, an, and the. If you have a chance to review that, this will contribute to really improving the level of your English going forward. All right? And the last comment that I have for you, Gilberto, is to think about linking. We have a module in ELSA for you to practice called linking. And that's to do with how we can connect words together in English. At the moment, I'm still feeling like your delivery is a little bit chopped up. So I'd like for you to think about how we connect several words together so that we have thoughts and not just words. Okay? But overall, great job and a beautiful childhood memory that you've shared with us. Fantastic. Okay, let's move on to Ghazi. I hope I pronounced this correctly. I think so. Let's have a look. Or listen, shall I say.
I have a lot of memories, but my best memories I have that in my mind that once I was in school, like I was 9 years old on that time, and I don't know how to drive a car. So once a day I just feel interesting and I just got into the car and locked myself totally. But suddenly my father saved me. I remember that my father broke the glass and
Yeah,
saved
yeah,
me
yeah,
from
yeah,
that
yeah.
car, and thank God that I don't know how to drive. If I like start to drive, then I'll definitely in a accident on that time. But somehow God helped me and my father saved me from that accident.
All right, a really unusual memory of getting locked up in a car and having your father having to come in and help you and rescue you from being inside the car on your own. It can be a pretty dangerous situation when you're a child locked into a car. Something can happen, and I'm glad your dad got you out of the car in the end. Okay, your pronunciation is very good. A few things that I would like to mention, all right? I heard a little bit of a shadow vowel before the word school, yeah? I was going to a school. I heard before that. And that's common. We call those shadow vowels or silent vowels. And these should be really gotten rid of. So I was going to school, not to a school. This is common for English learners from Latin countries, for example, people that speak Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, those types of languages. So let's try and avoid that. Um, Another thing I'd like for you to work on is your control of the past tense. To establish clarity in English and to really improve your level of English, start thinking about how you communicate things in the past, ideas in the present, and thoughts about the future. All right? Using the past, the present, and the future really helps you situate yourself in time when you speak in English. I'll give you some examples. You said, when I was a child, I don't know how to drive a car. I didn't know how to drive a car. That's the past tense, all right? Same thing for I lock myself out of the car. And so over here, I locked. The ed ending here is a sign that we're talking about an action in the past. So these are two little examples for you to remind yourself of changing the way you form verbs when you're in the past tense. All right. By the way, you said I lock myself totally. Over here, there's a beautiful phrasal verb that you could use, locked out or to lock out. And over here, I would have maybe suggested that you use this phrasal verb to express the idea of being stuck inside the car and your dad having to come and save you and get you out of there before you do something silly. All right? So I locked myself out of the car would have been the good expression here. Otherwise, really good job and a really beautiful, vivid memory of your childhood. Fantastic. All right. Last but not least, we are going to listen to Suhani.
My best memory as a child was when my first article got published in India's one of the most popular newspapers, The Telegraph. From childhood, I loved reading and writing, so whenever any opportunity for me to write would come up, I would immediately use that opportunity. Actually, it was my elder sister who introduced writing in newspapers first. So when she saw her article had been published, she immediately ran shouting joyfully to us. When I saw her name on the newspaper, I got really excited and I started shouting too. And then I made up my mind that I would also start writing in the newspaper.
Of course.
So I wrote my article completely by myself without taking any help from anyone. And guess what? It got published. Yes, the date was 10th November 2022. Let me tell you how I felt the moment I saw my name on the newspaper. Firstly, I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, it was an ethereal feeling. I rushed to my family and showed it to them. Of course, they were equally happy as me, and then I informed my teacher about it, and they appreciated it a lot. So yeah, that was my best memory as a child.
Cool! You got published in a newspaper. Kudos to you, Suhani. Really impressed. That's really, really good. What I'm also impressed with is your pronunciation. Really great control of most sounds, a great accuracy, and even in advanced pronunciation skills like for example, drop consonants and the flap sound, which are often very tricky for English learners to master. Very impressed by that. I'm also very impressed by your control of vocabulary. I heard words like joyfully, excited, ethereal, equally, anything that refers to emotion. You conveyed emotions really, really well. For example, you went, guess what? That's emphasis. This is how we show emotions by exaggerating certain sections of a sentence, certain words that convey more meaning or more emotion. So I'm really, really impressed by that. All right. Um, a little bit like Gilberto before, I'd like for you to work on linking, on connecting words more seamlessly. So why don't you review the linking planet in ELSA? It's a good little homework for you to practice. Everyone should practice linking, really, because it's how we build this sort of natural sensation in language. So I'd like for you to work on that. Also, I'm going to point out one little word, only one word over the many words that you said during your little intervention. The word is popular. Now, in popular, we write this word Popular. When we have a consonant sound before the letter U in English, something very special happens where I don't say popular, but I'll say popular. Pular. We'll add a little y sound, which is phonetically shown with a J, all right? And we'll add this y between the consonant and the U. So it's popular and not popular. Do you hear the difference? Same thing for a word like communication, right? Which is a word we use a lot. Communication, not communication. Can you hear that difference? Yeah, this is something that everyone can work on. And it's a very little pronunciation trick to help you bring your pronunciation even further, or your fluency or your nativeness in speech to a much higher level. As you do this, though, make sure that you don't change the stress patterns. So it's not communication, it's communication still. The mu is present, but it doesn't take the stress, all right? Same thing for the word popular. So the stress is on the first syllable. We still have that y sound after the P and between the P and the U, which you can also do, all right? But overall, Suhani, super impressed with your speech. Keep up the good work, and I look forward to hearing more interventions from you. Same for Ghazi and Gilberto. Thank you so much for contributing to this little side-by-side of our favorite childhood memories, right? We've had a skateboard, we've had someone locked in a car, and we had someone publishing their first article in a national newspaper. Whoa, we have amazing people at ELSA Communities. Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much. Keep sending videos. I'm going to provide you with some more little exercises or challenges for you to send us more recordings in coming videos. All right? Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.